and you could also, take a kind of a step back here and, act a little bit more professional manner and go through the correct chains of...
the correct chains? I'm doing it exactly as the Attorney General says.
He's wanting to submit a public records request.
Ooh.
So she was kind of freaked her out, hence why she's now locked herself in the office.
Aggressive. That almost sounds like false reporting. Yeah, I'd just like to make a verbal public records request with you then.
I know nothing about that. That's what I asked. For what?
Records.
Records?
Yeah.
Very specific.
Gotcha. Pretty confident of that?
Yes.
How confident are you, would you say? Like 90%, 100?
I'm very confident.
Very confident. All right, I like that.
She talked to her boss. There's going to be no more communication with her today.
All right.
Hey everyone. First of all, this update will be edited from the original story, link in the description, so that the salient points are present. The usual conversational elements I include are largely removed to contextually hone in on the relevant inclusions that demonstrate the deceitful and anti-transparency perspective of Sergeant Hansen of the Puyallup Police Department. I recently received the body-worn camera footage of Sergeant Hansen of the Puyallup Police Department. Not only do we have someone here who is grossly uneducated about the Public Records Act, but additionally ends up refusing to recant previously made false statements when he ends up getting educated by his own department. Let's watch Sergeant Hansen's deceitful practices play out here so you can decide if you need to seek redress of your grievances. Remember everyone, this is supposedly a senior police officer, a sergeant, who begins making assertions that are indeed false, is educated by someone higher up that he is wrong about the public records process, and yet refuses to do the right thing, and then takes the side of the Department Fish and Wildlife employee inside who is as well incorrect about the Public Records Act process. Did Sergeant Hansen do it because he wanted to curry favor with an attractive woman? Did he do so because he is an ethically compromised police officer? Did he do it because he suffers from hubris? No one can tell for sure. However, the outcome is known for sure. Sergeant Hansen is deceitful, cannot admit when he is wrong, and is now being exposed for the corrupt police officer that he is. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this update and expose the tyrannical approach of Sergeant Hansen of the Puyallup Police Department.
Hey everyone, I am free. It is September 26th, 2024. I'm in the city of Puyallup, here in Pierce County in the Communist Empire of Washington State. I'm heading on over to the City of Puyallup Fish Hatchery. I have some tips and leads from locals interested in environmental issues surrounding fish who said they went there to get some public records and were not being treated well in the process. So I'm going to go there and see if there's any merit to these allegations. Yeah, good thing I'm not an Autobot. Let's see if we can get a public records request going. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hey, I was wondering where is the sort of admin office, I guess?
Not here, no, not like an admin. What are you looking for?
I was looking to submit a records request.
A records request? You have to call up to the main office of the department. I don't know.
I can't do it in person?
You can go to Olympia.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's...
Here.
So are you sorry, I may misunderstand. So are you a state employee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I'd just like to make a verbal public records request with you then.
I know nothing about that. I don't know how to take care of that.
Oh, if you got if you got a good memory, or if you got a notepad.
Records request for what?
Records regarding this
Hang on
place.
just a sec.
Sure.
Hey, James. Hey. He's wanting to submit a public records request. That's what I asked. For what?
Records.
Records.
Yeah.
Very specific. I don't know I don't know how to go about that.
Like I said, if you got like a notepad and a pen, I can just
I
give it
need
to
to
you.
know what kind of records you're looking for.
Sure. I mean, as soon as either if you want to, I can tell you now if you want to memorize it or if you want to get a notepad and pen first. Okay.
There's no one available to take your verbal request today.
You're a state employee, right?
I am a state employee.
So, look, you seem like a really nice person, so I don't want to jam you up on this. In light of the differences with cities and counties, as a state employee, I'm making the request right now, so it has to be taken. So if you want to just write it down.
That's me on camera. I don't know why he's doing this, James. He's saying since I'm a state employee, I have to take his request.
Yeah, it's covered in WAC 4414 03006. 03006.
As you can see here from this rude employee, she has likely not received Public Records Act training. The Washington State Administrative Codes in Title 44, Chapter 14, Section 03006 state the following regarding walk-in and verbal requests. In-person requests. An agency must honor requests received in person during normal business hours per the Revised Codes of Washington, Title 42, Chapter 56, Section 80, Subsection 2. An agency should have its Public Records request form available at the office reception area so it can be provided to a walk-in requester. The form should be directed to the agency's public records officer. Oral requests. A number of agencies routinely accept oral public records requests, for example, asking to look at a building permit. Some agencies find oral requests to be the best way to provide certain kinds of records. However, for some requests, such as larger or complex ones, oral requests may be allowed but are problematic.
There's a guy here, and he's trying to get some information from me, and I'm trying to give him some information that he can contact my supervisor, and he just won't stop asking me questions. 1416 14th Street Southwest.
What brings you to this neck of the woods?
All the employees are calling. You're kind of scaring them.
Scaring them doing a public records request?
Well, I don't know. What's going on?
A public records request?
I'm Sergeant Hansen, by the way, being audio video reporter.
Nice to meet you.
Go, please, Nice to meet you. What's your name, bud?
Steve.
Steve.
What's your, you got a business card or anything? Badge number?
My badge number is 291.
Is this consensual?
Is it consensual?
Yeah, is this a consensual encounter?
We're just chatting here to figure out what's going on.
No detention or anything?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
No.
Cool. So yeah, just trying to do a public records request. I was kind of about halfway into it before she just decided to be rude and not finish taking the records request. So,
Okay, what are we looking for?
records?
What type of records?
Honestly, I'm working on a story. I don't want to share that now because if you guys go and tell them and they can clean something up, kind of defeats the whole point of reporting on things and I know the government never does stuff like that. So they never do cleanups and all that kind of stuff. Wow, that is really, really crappy that she said I was coming off all aggressive. That is so annoying.
That's not true. You're a liar!
All right, boss.
So she, she's going to take the records?
No,
She's not.
No, and she spoke with her supervisor.
Yikes.
That's not a thing. So, is there, did you talk to your boss about this verbal thing?
Yeah, so I talked to my big supervisor. He's like, that's not a thing.
Yeah, right. Which, I mean, that's not a thing for us either. They have to go through the website, fill out the paperwork and the forms, right? So,
And that's what I told him. I'm like, I don't know how to go about that. When
Yeah.
he first asked me, like, I can give you, like, you can go to Olympia, like, I can give you the phone number for
Yes.
them up there to contact them.
Yep.
He was like, no, you have to take it right now.
Yeah, no. So, okay. Okay, well, we're just gonna chat with him and try to, assist him and get him moving along.
Yeah.
And,
The hard
okay?
part is, like, I live here. I'm like, does he know I live here? Like, is he gonna come back and keep pestering me?
I don't know. We'll get him ID'd and then, we'll get him ID'd and we'll get that figured out.
Right.
Okay? Okay?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, people like to come through, these types of locations and, flip rocks around a little bit. And so,
Like, I have no idea what he's talking about. A spill?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feed the damn fish here, dude.
I hear ya. Okay, well, you did a good job. Okay, all right. I'll follow up with you when we get them going,
Sounds
okay?
good. I'll just hang out here.
Okay, sounds good. So, yeah, I mean, you know the proper channels, man. You can get on the state website, you can do your thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Bob's wrong? Ferguson?
About,
I mean, obviously you realize this is a state agency, not a county or city.
yes,
So cities and counties can kind of tweak it. The
Right.
state can't tweak it at all. So in the administrative codes and Title 44, Chapter 14,
okay.
it just lays it out really clear in Section 03006. They have to take it on a walk-in verbal basis.
Okay. Okay.
Yikes.
Well, she's brand new. She's not doing that today. So, and that's per her boss as well.
I mean, yeah,
you're-
she'll
you're
have cover
free to-
from her boss.
You're
but
free to, I mean, take it up with the bosses down there for sure.
yeah,
man.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think they're kind of throwing her under the bus a little bit. Is she, if you don't mind me asking, because I think this is actually pretty relevant, when you say new, is she saying like after July?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's after July, in all fairness, I think she would actually have a legitimate excuse because the MRSC training was in July.
In all fairness, right? I mean, you could also, take a kind of a step back here and, act a little bit more professional manner and go through the correct chains of.
The correct chains. I'm doing it exactly as
Well,
the
but
Attorney General says.
Understand, but today you're not going to get it.
A City of Puyallup public servant explains defiantly that the state is refusing the records request they are required to take and honor, and he is interceding in a manner as to explain that on their behalf. Folks, this is the hubris of our government these days. The state of Washington calls local people with guns to deal with a person asking questions, as the female employee said when calling 911, and then they state, "You are not going to get it." This is the model rules of the Public Records Act getting flushed down the toilet, Washington State. This is Bob Ferguson, the current Attorney General of the state, telling you how he'll handle transparency when it comes to records to the people when he is elected governor.
Right? So it'd be behoove of you to go through the proper channels to get your request, right?
Well, I mean, I can politely disagree with you. We'll have to
Absolutely.
agree to disagree.
Absolutely, yes.
I do want to take umbrage with something I think that you're profoundly incorrect about, though. To say that the proper channel, that's not correct whatsoever in any way.
Okay.
That is one of 5.
Yeah.
And this is one of them.
Yeah.
But if I'm here to actually get footage of the hatchery and then do a public records request,
Sure.
it'd be like right now, if I asked you to do a public records request, you'd probably take it because you've received, you wouldn't.
No.
Fair enough. I'd like to actually submit a public records request then to you, Sergeant Hansen.
You absolutely
I'm going to
can.
do a verbal request.
You absolutely can.
So I'd like to get the CAD,
The city, absolutely.
the radio traffic,
Absolutely, you can.
and all that for
Yep.
this call.
I'll get you a business card and a case number.
Not going to accept it.
And I'll get you a business card and the sequence
Yeah,
number
but you're
for
not
today.
going to, you're not going to take it verbally.
No. You have to go through the proper channels. You have
Okay,
to,
fair enough.
Get online, fill out the form.
Hey, fair enough. No, I mean,
like everybody else does, right?
like everybody else does. So it's the social norms that dictate it.
Well, I mean, that's the way to do it.
It's one of 5 ways to do it.
Okay.
Come
so
on,
you
Sergeant.
so you do know.
It's one of 5, absolutely. But I don't want to be inconvenienced. It's about my convenience and my
Yeah.
preference.
Yeah.
It's not about
I got it.
the state or the city or the county.
Got you,
So.
bud. All right.
All right, so you're going to refuse the public records request verbally.
For what? This contact right here now?
Yeah.
Verbally?
Yeah, I'm submitting a verbal public records request to you.
Yes. You have to go on the website and fill the form out.
Got everything I need. All right.
Yes, sir.
Have a good day.
You too, bud. You gonna hang out here?
I'm going to wait to see if she actually ends up coming out and taking that public records request.
Okay. She's not going to.
Well, I'm going to document the obstinance of the state of Washington after the July 15th MRSC training.
So you're just gonna stand here and make this young lady just feel absolutely uncomfortable and unsafe.
I've done nothing rude, impolite, or anything with her. In fact, when she came out, she said she got her boss on the phone. She said, "Hey, this guy's looking to do a public records request." I said, "Look, if you just go get a notepad, pen, I'll give it to you. I'm out of here. I'm done." But she wants to be obstinate. I'm not going to let her trample on my lawful rights within the state of Washington for the Public Records Act to prevent me from getting the records request.
May I see your ID, bud, so I know I'm talking to you? Get you documented in CAD.
This is still a casual,
I'm asking.
consensual. Yeah,
I'm asking.
If I'm not detained, I'm not going to give you any.
You don't want to ID yourself?
Nope, not at all in any way.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
what I'd like to do is honestly just have sort of a triumvirate of success here. The Puyallup City Police Department combines with a journalist and a state employee.
Combines with a journalist who's so willing to work and just kind of work in the moment, right? Together.
Well, to get the information I'm seeking, yeah.
Yeah.
I
okay.
mean, This doesn't have to be so you guys don't have to be so obstinate about
It
this.
doesn't. You're exactly right.
So I'm the one that should cave to the government. The government.
no one's saying to cave to anything.
Well, you're saying I should follow social norms. You implied that.
I said the way to get a public records request of a case or a CAD
Sure. One of 5 ways.
is to get online and do it. It's that simple.
I get what you're saying, Sergeant. Look, I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. I have no ill will against anyone.
Yeah.
I'm not
And
here
of
to do
course,
anything crazy.
neither do we. I'm just the gal in here, right? You making her uncomfortable.
And I can't control her feelings, but frankly, it's a bit absurd when I was extremely polite and cordial to her, explaining to her for her benefit.
I mean, like you're being cordial with us. I mean, your mask and your video camera, and right. That's a
I
little
know,
bit.
imagine someone using their Fourth Amendment against fusion
again,
centers.
a young lady in there working by herself, right?
Sure, and you know what?
You scared her a little bit. That's fair to say.
I
right?
didn't scare her. She
Okay,
chose to
she
be
is scared from
Okay.
your actions.
Well, no, I didn't take any actions.
I'm telling you, she is scared.
Okay, well, that's
the
her.
way you're making her feel.
I don't
is
know why
uncomfortable.
she's doing that. I'm not making her feel anything.
Well, that's what's going on. That's
Now,
what's
I think-
happening.
I
So
think-
whether that's your intention or not, I don't think it is. But
No,
right,
I
how
appreciate
you're
that.
handling yourself today, that's what's going on.
How I'm handling myself. Calmly, politely, cordially.
Right.
So what would be nice, I can even meet her halfway. She could even go to the top of the stairs.
She talked to her boss. There's going to be no more communication with her today.
All right.
So
Well, look, I'm just going to finish getting my B-roll footage in, and I'll call it.
have at it,
Okay.
bud.
What's up?
Do you want to make a public disclosure request? We'll take the info from you if you want.
Okay, so he says he wants to keep. He's just going to finish up his filming. So my partner did. He did some looking, and I think with a verbal request to take the information, it might be a valid issue.
Oh, I see. So, Sergeant Hansen, you should have done your research first, instead of your other officer, since you are a sergeant. But instead, because you're a lazy, inefficient, and biased police officer, you biased yourself against me, utilizing my First Amendment liberty, and instead you were taking the side of this employee for purposes of social norms as opposed to the law. Law enforcement officer or feelings enforcement officer? Comment below what you all think.
Sometimes grown-ups need to lie. It's hard to explain.
You're a liar!
And I'm sorry that you're humiliated.
Brutal, savage, wrecked.
Just let your boss know what's going on, and then I'll give you a sequence number that you're out here laying in the card. Okay? I'll text it to you.
Okay.
Oh, is that cool?
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, for the city?
Well, I mean, normally I do for the police, but I suppose you can probably forward to the city. I don't really know. I can look into that one, but I
Okay.
don't. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how you doing? Are you with the
Target
state?
Fish Wildlife, yeah.
Oh, great. You got a business card I can get? Yeah. Nice. Do you know
what's
the
going
name
on?
of the lady inside? I was just working on a story. I was trying to do a PRR with her, and she was not happy about that.
A what?
Records request.
Okay.
And
So there is a process for that, and you have to go through our website to request the correct information that you want.
Gotcha. Pretty confident of that?
Yes.
How confident are you, would you say? Like 90%, 100?
I'm very confident.
Very confident. All right, I like that.
Okay, so he says he wants to keep. He's just going to finish up his filming. So my partner did. He did some looking, and I think with a verbal request to take the information, it might be a valid issue.
Brutal, savage, wrecked.
I mean, confidence is a good thing.
Because There could be some records in there that have to be redacted and everything else.
Oh, yeah, let me clarify. Sorry.
Some things may not be able to be released.
Sure, I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding. I'm not seeking to actually physically get the records here today. I was looking to submit the request to receive the records later. Yeah, obviously, I mean, I guess there's probably on an occasion somebody the state could be like, oh yes, I've got it right here in a folder, but that's pretty much never happens.
Oh, okay.
But as far as just making the request, all I was looking to do is just simply say, hi Susie, whatever her name is, I'm looking for these records, which actually Officer Timb from the PD here in Puyallup just took that. I think he handed it to her. But Sergeant Hansen was saying that she's new, so she may not have attended this mandatory state training back on July 15th for MRSC public records training.
So in order for us to process the request, you have to fill out the correct forms.
Let's see what the revised codes of Washington, Title 42, Chapter 56, Section 80, Subsection 2 says about that, Officer Parker, titled Identifiable Records, Facilities for Copying, Availability of Public Records. No official format is required for making a records request. However, agencies may recommend that requestors submit requests using an agency-provided form or web page. Color me confused, but I do believe that the revised codes of Washington, which all state agencies must follow, just told you that. How should I put this? That you're wrong. Your entire effort that day was put forward in a manner as to make my desire to seek records difficult, if not entirely prevented. Let's not entirely throw Officer Parker under the bus, though. It is truly the responsibility of Director Kelly Susie Wind to educate his employees on the Public Records Act. Director, you have failed and demonstrated your unwillingness to be forthright and transparent with the people you serve.
And that's through our records division in Olympia. So she's not able to release any records or anything like that. And it's not like a verbal, like, hey, I need those records.
Okay, so he says he wants to keep. He's just going to finish up his filming. So my partner did. He did some looking, and I think with a verbal request for to take the information, it might be a valid issue.
It's you got to
Just out of curiosity, because you seem like a guy who wants to provide maximum service as a public servant. Any way you'd be willing to look at the administrative codes in Title 44, Chapter 14, Section 03006?
So if you go to our website and search public record,
yeah,
it'll send it'll pull up the link, and then you click on the public records links, and then there's a fee schedule, and then there's a form you have to complete in order to send it into our records people, so they know what you're looking for.
Gotcha.
And then they would provide that to you with potentially redactions if there is any, and then you also, whatever form you want it in, you specify that and everything else. Yeah.
So just to make sure I understand, because I don't want to put words in your mouth, I cannot make the request in person, verbally, to the Department of Game, Fish, and Wildlife.
You can make the request, but it's not going to go anywhere. So you have to fill out.
Fair enough.
You have to fill out the paperwork.
Gotcha. Okay.
In order for the records departments to know what you want, what to look for, what to gather.
Yeah.
Again, what to redact.
Sure.
If there is anything, and then they would send that to you.
Yeah.
Because they also send out, depending on the information that you're looking for, they search through their records to decide, okay, who has those records, and then they send out the request to those certain people to say, hey, this is what this person's looking for. Do you have any records for that? So for us, it's all going to be within our RMS system, our records management system. So I'm not exactly sure what the rest of the department uses as far as that goes, but I'm guessing it would be housed internally somewhere within their specific department.
Gotcha.
So here would be hatcheries.
Last question. I appreciate you being helpful and just answer some of these questions. Did you receive, as a state employee, any training?
I don't recall anything.
Nothing.
But we get, we get training
here and there.
yearly for
the Public Records Act?
for stuff well, I don't recall specifically public records.
Would you say it's been a while, a couple years or so, or something like that?
I don't know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, look, really appreciate your time. You guys have a good day.
All right.
All right.
So fresh, so new.
Freedom!
It's all for you.
All for you. Freedom!
Keep your ear to the ground.
Talking about the freedom!
It's the best show in town.
Let's show me that freedom! Well, freedom!
I give you freedom. Yes, it's right.
Freedom!
Start right now.
Freedom!
Get your freedom tonight.
Freedom! Well, freedom! Come on, everybody. Young, old, all you lovers. This is our time to rise back from the sand and claim our freedom. Talking about the freedom. Let yourself be free.
I give you freedom. Yes, it's right.
Freedom.
Start right
Talking
now.
about the freedom.
Get your freedom tonight.
Freedom.
I give you yes, it's right.
Freedom. Let yourself be free.
Start right now.
All right, guys. Well, that's it here today. I'm going to be heading out. It's here working on the hatchery story. So please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that all notifications bell so you get my stories right when they're released. You can follow me on X at I.A.M Auditing, on Facebook at Inland Auditing Media. And if you want to help keep my feet on the streets, you can go to the links in the description for Cash App and Venmo. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you guys at the next location. Bye for now.